All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and the glory and the honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahag Wadash, which has given me the knowledge and the strength, spirit to do this lesson. And I also want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakim to the elect, beginning with 144,000, which I scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time ready to be saved. Shalom. All right, real quick, I want to, pretty much go into, the consequences and repercussions for adultery. All right, being that seeing that this is an adulterous generation. All right, and this is an important topic to touch on, because prior, because prior to coming in, entering into this truth, into this ministry, we understand, those of we meaning, those of us that has been enlightened, we understand that, sleeping with another man's woman is unlawful, all right, and it's a sin unto death, all right. It is a sin unto death, meaning that's a sin, that's a transgression that leads that leads you to be put to death. All right. And you have a lot of adultery going on. Once again, I quote Yahweh Shai. He called this generation a generation of a adulterous generation. Okay. And matter of fact, let me see. Let me get the book of Jeremiah. All right. Jeremiah. I'm gonna get it right here on my sword. Y'all bear with me. Okay, this is Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, in the 2nd verse. It says, "Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lounging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them." That's right. And who is that people talking about? Israelites. All right. I'm read that again. "Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lounging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them." That's right. And it says and this is how we feel. We can't stand our people, man. All right. We try to stay away from our people as much as possible. We fucking niggas, man. All right. Hell, as crazy as this sounds, I'd rather be in a multitude in a around a multitude of Edomites, man. I know, and I know, and that sounds crazy as fuck, man. But that's just how, and I'm not the only one that feel like that. Because we can't stand being around you fucking so-called, we can't stand being around wicked jakes, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull this up on my phone. Jeremiah 9:2 in NLT. Because you man, you know, well, let me see. It's NLT, Jeremiah 9:2. It says, "Oh, that I could go away and forget my people and live in a traveler's shack in the desert," right? For they are all adulterers. You see? For they are all adulterers. Yeah, these 2/3, man. All right? We don't commit adultery, man. Okay? Now, I'm going to say this. You know, we don't commit adultery willingly. Because any man that, and this is and this is something that the Christians can't tell you, all right? Any man that putteth away his wife, if you depart from your wife that you had sex with, all right, and she eventually has sex with another man, all right, you caused her to commit adultery. The Lord spoke on that. The law goes into that, all right, and that man that sleeps with her, lays with her, commits adultery. So when we get with another woman, all right, that has departed from her man, and her former husband hasn't perished, hasn't left, departed from the earth, and translated to the spiritual realm, we commit adultery. Once again, that's why Yahweh Shai, he called us an adulterous generation. You see? That's why the law, it goes to, it said that we should seek a virgin. But that's like, seeking um, uh, gold or pearls in the wilderness. All right? If you see what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying, okay? You know? So once again, we don't willingly commit adultery. All right? Like these fucking niggas out here, man. They willingly commit adultery. You know? The Lord pretty much winks at, that, when we get another woman. Hey, because the scripture said that I mean, shit, you know? Ain't no find. It's, you ain't gonna find a virgin out here, man. For the most part. So the Lord, he winks at, when we get a woman that has been uh um that has been that's not a virgin. All right, basically. And but not like these niggas, man. You know, these niggas, man, they know that a man that a woman is with another man, they still pop her. You see, we don't do that. We don't think like that. All right. We see that a man that this possession, this woman, I mean, Salakia, that this woman is a possession, all right, to another man. We're not gonna deal with her. We're not even gonna talk to her. All right. Unless we have to, if you got to talk to a woman, a coworker, or a somebody, a woman at your job. Other than that, man, we don't want to talk to you. All right. But see, these niggas, they do it anyway, and they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. All right. I don't give a damn. They don't even have to know the law. They know it's wrong. They'll tell you that. They know that shit wrong. All right. That's why Paul said he spoke about the Gentiles, which are Israelite foreigners. They not having the law, being a law unto themselves. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. You know, they know it's wrong. All right. To sleep with another man's wife. Okay. That's why they sneak and do the shit. All right. That's why they sneak. The wife, she sneaks and do the shit. You know? So right here in NLT, again, it says, well, let me see. Let me look at another version. In NIV, it says, oh, that I had in the desert a lounging place for travelers, so that I might leave my people and go away from them. For they are all adulterers, a crowd of unfaithful people. That's right. So ain't no such thing as being faithful. All right. You know, your woman, she tell you she might do well for a couple months, but eventually she gonna go off, man. That's a guarantee. You can believe that. That's a guarantee. Oh, and you can best believe it, especially in this society and in today's time. Oh shit, you can forget about it. A faithful wife. All right. This is the BBE. It said, if only I had in the wasteland a night's resting place for travelers, so that I might go away far from my people. For they are all untrue, a band of false men. Right? Back to the KJV, it said, oh, that I had in the wilderness a long lounging place of wayfaring men. Mm-hmm. Let's get that wayfaring in Hebrew.
Strong's H732. Arach.
So like that ain't what I want. Okay, get adultery. Just to get, for these simple-minded people, this is adultery.
Strong's H 5003. Na'af.
All right, so it says to commit adultery. To commit adultery, usually of men, right? Always with wife of another. And y'all be hearing a lot of these jakes too. I done spoke with a lot of, man, I heard it with my own ear. A lot of these niggas these niggas, man, they say that that's it's, that's the best, you know, sleeping with another man's wife. For some reason, they're just, you know, enthralled with that idea. All right. And they know the shit wrong. Might I say again? They know the shit is wrong, man. All right. Adultery of women, adulterous worship, right? Because, you know, because spiritually too, you know, they commit adultery, worshiping these idols, worshiping Jesus Christ. That's adultery, man, in the spirit, because we're likened holy, we're likened unto a woman, likened unto the wife of Yahweh Shai. Now let's get into a little bit of that. All right. Because, hey, our people are involved into that heavily. Spiritual adultery, man. And that's going to lead to death as well. Adulterous worship. That's right. Yep. All right. So yeah, it says right here in once again Jeremiah 9:2. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a wilding place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. See, and go from them, for they be all adulterers. You see, for they be all adulterers. That's right, all of you, all of them. You know, ain't no such thing. Like I said, ain't no such thing as being faithful. Okay, and it says an assembly of treacherous men. An assembly of treacherous men. An assembly of treacherous men. And that's gonna cause you motherfuckers, man, to be destroyed, man. All right. So let's go back to Proverbs.
Strong's H898. By Gad. By Gad.
Oh man, come on. This thing is tripping. Proverbs 6th chapter. Ooh. All right, this is Proverbs 6 in all right. Okay, let me see. All right. We start at 23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp." That's right. It's it's the Bible. It enlightens us. All right. It says, "And the law is light." You see? "And reproofs of instruction are the way of life." That life is us being rose from the dead spiritually. Okay? "And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. That's right. It says to keep thee from the, look, it says 24, to keep thee from the evil woman. That's right. What's an evil woman? A woman that commits adultery, that sleeps around, not being true to her husband. That's being true to your husband. You see, this society, these people in the society got being true all mixed up, all backwards. They don't understand what it means, these women. All right? They don't understand what it means to truly be true to their husbands. All right? They think that just, being true, faithful is, you know, uh, um, um, what's the word I'm looking for? They think that being true is, being there when, when their husband really, damn, man, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a word that I'm looking for. Get it. The word slipped my thought. But anyway, let's just read on. It says to keep thee from the evil woman. That's right. Cause you want to, hey, and like the apostle said, this is mainly talking about the so-called black woman. All right. Now, not all of them aren't don't fit that category, but for the most part, yeah. All right. They tell us to stay away from Apostle Hart, call them hyenas. All right. He tells us to stay away from them. All right. It says verse 24 again, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. That's right. Lust not after her beauty. Whoo. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. You see, the heart is the mind. Okay? Yahushua said the same thing. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Right. When a woman, I seen it the other day, she looked like a woman from the northern tribe. She was with her husband and her children. And she was giving me that that look. All right, giving me that trying to that slick, trying to be slick with it, and cut her eye. All right, and get a glance at me. All right, this is what this is talking about. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. All right. They look at you and then look off. All right. He said, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. That's right. Verse 26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Whoo! Damn. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? What's the answer to that? Yes. You're going to be consumed with fire. All right? You're going to be burnt up. All right? And check this out. Verse 29, it says, so he that goeth in to his neighbor's wife. That's right. That's gonna be your judgment. You're gonna be burnt up, man, with fire. You see? You're gonna be burnt up with fire, thermonuclear fire, and a laser beams from those chariots. Okay, that's your punishment for adultery. Those of you that are committing adultery, see, they getting away with it now for the most part. You know, they around these niggas, these women, they around sleeping around, committing all type of adultery, iniquity. They ain't got away with it, because this is what's gonna happen to them. You know, you niggas out there want to continue to sleep with other men's wives. This is your judgment, man. All right. It said, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt? Yep. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife. That's right. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife. Whosoever toucheth her, that's right. Whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. That's right. You're going to get judged. You're going to be judged. You're going to receive your penalty. All right. Verse 30, men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get. That's right. A wound and dishonor shall he get. And his reproach shall not be wiped away. That's right. There's nothing he can do to have that blotted out. There's no atonement that can be made for that. All right. It will not be a clean slate for him. He gonna have to die and come back. That's what's gonna happen to y'all, man. All right. That's what's gonna have to happen. Y'all gonna have to die. These 2/3, y'all gonna have to die and come back, man. All right. I'm gonna read that again. It says, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Whoo. That's right. Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. That's right. For jealousy is the rage of a man. That's right. Because you know, a man, you got something that you really, you in love with, this bad little, piece you get, you really into, and here it is, you find, this man, going behind your, touching your possession, getting all into your possession. Hey, that's why you had these men murdering the man and the woman. All right. And guess what? I'm going to say this. That's righteousness, man. All right. That's righteousness. Matter of fact, I'm going to prove that. Let me see. Yeah. So, it is lawful for the man and the woman that are doing that wickedness to be put to death, man. All right. Matter of fact, like I said, what is that? Leviticus 20:10. All right, Leviticus 20:10, it says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, right, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, right, because you even have these niggas out here you call homeboys. They'll sleep with your woman, man. Go behind your back and sleep with your woman. All right. So read that again. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife. Mm-hmm. The adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. You see? So it's lawful to do such a thing. Okay? So once again, verse 34 in Proverbs 6, it said, for jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. That's right. Like I just read in Leviticus 20:10, that's lawful. All right? It says he will not regard any ransom. Right? And this is talking about Yahweh Shai as well. Okay? Going back to the spiritual adultery. Because the scriptures speak about that what does it say? He is a jealous power. All right. So once again, it says, for jealousy is the rage of a man. Whew. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Okay. He will not regard any ransom. That's right. Neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. So yeah, man, this is the penalty of adultery. Okay. So with that being said, Abaratazada was edifying. Till next time, shalom.